In the first 30 seconds of this video, you will learn about what to expect from this video, what is contained in it, and the timestamps. From the 30-second mark to the 130-second mark, I mean 90 seconds, 1 minute 30-second mark, you would hear a little bit of discussion about this channel, a meta discussion. From the 130 mark to the 7-minute mark, you will hear about the courses that I did in college here. And after that, I will talk about the industry relevance of these courses. The meta discussion is that I am getting many new subscribers suddenly because of the video I very randomly uploaded. But this channel is a little bit personal, artistic, nerdy channel, and it's not going to create a lot of content oriented towards JE audiences. So I would rather you not subscribe to this channel. If you are interested in physics and astronomy and maybe programming and linguistics content, then you could subscribe to Ardra 1905, and that channel already has a lot of subscribers. And one of the problems I faced there, that a lot of people subscribe to that channel because of this one particular neurobiology video I uploaded, but I'm not going to talk about neurobiology at all on that channel, so most of them do not watch my videos. So I have 5,600 or 700 subscribers there, and only 70-80 of them watch my videos, I mean open my videos, and I don't like that, and I don't want to happen to this channel. Okay, so people who would have skipped to the timestamp, let us go to the full list of courses I did in IIT Madras as a BS plus MS student. So this is the credit distribution I have for the courses that I did in college, and you see that I did most of them in physics. But here when I say physics, it means that the course name started with PH. It could have been a mathematics course, it could have been a programming course, could have been very applied, but if it started with PH, then it goes into physics. Then you have pure math, I mean courses done in the math department, chemistry department, life sciences, but it also contains a course done in an engineering department in this yellow part. Then humanities, strictly engineering, and others. So I want to talk about which of the courses are relevant to you, even if you don't, I mean, if you if you're not interested in physics, then you should not pick physics. But I'm making this video so that you understand that physics is something that would be very useful even if you go to industry, and what courses here are actually very useful for industry related, I mean engineering basically, or any other sorts of companies. I mean you could go into any company you want, especially if you're going to IIT. If you go to an IIT, then I mean people are afraid of this BS or BSc degree, because they think that people might think that this person did not get engineering. I mean people still say things to me like, why didn't you do engineering at COEP or something like that, and I don't know what to answer. I mean, I was getting CS in multiple IITs. So, so full list of courses. Here I have put them in 10 categories, and they are, so you have mathematics, like basic mathematics here, you have basic physics here, then you have advanced physics here, then you have like programming and computation related courses here, then you have statistics and probability related courses here, then you have optics courses here, then labs and projects, you have then chemistry and bio here, then you have humanities, and then you have random courses. So starting with uh, physics courses, you do physics 1, physics 2, that's like kinematics, dynamics, and you do electromagnetics, etc. in the couple of first physics courses. And this electrodynamics you would need in engineering courses such as electrical engineering and communications, where you need to know, well, a lot of it you would have already known in 11th and 12th, but you need to know the proper formalism of something like the Gauss law. It looks different in differential calculus. Don't worry about these. A lot of in this video you will hear a lot of difficult mathematical terms, but maybe you could Google these, but don't worry too much, like, don't be scared of them. So you have mathematics 1 and 2, that was first was multivariable calculus, and the second one was series. And so you have, I mean I would tell you, but if you have not begun college, then you would not understand Fourier series and so on. And linear algebra analysis was a elective that I did, so it has like matrices and bases and um, linear algebra, it's a relevant course. We'll come to that after the 7-minute mark. I'm running out of time. Then these are like proper physics MSc courses. There are mostly 5-level courses. So you have quantum physics and classical mechanics and electronics and mathematical physics and electromagnetic theory and general relativity, condensed matter physics, atomic and molecular physics, high energy physics. Some of these would not be relevant to industry, but let us not talk about it here. Then you have the programming courses. One is only done in an engineering department, that's their 12 credits. And then you have physics, mathematics and computer, very useful course. We learn Python, Mathematica and computational methods. Then you have numerical methods and programming, which is like a bigger brother of these, and methods of computational physics, which is like similarly difficult. Then you have optics courses, useful if you're going to into an optics related field, maybe telescope manufacturing or I don't know, making glasses, not really sure. Then you have probability and statistics, again very important courses. Statistical physics, and these are again important courses, but this is not the part where I discuss the industry relevance. Then I did these humanities courses, and I will also talk about their importance. And I mean, I want to talk about the importance of every course I did, but I will keep that after I talk about the industry relevant, why some of these courses are something that you should take, like philosophy. And then you have labs, many, like we had 7 labs, and then we had this random courses I did to fill the credits. This is a design course, and this is like tanks and stuff. And then you have biology courses, but nothing. Physiology for engineers was an interesting course. So we are at the 7-minute mark, so let me talk about the industry relevance, because I got an email about, there's a person, he or she, I'm not sure the gender, that person is afraid of taking a physics degree because if they don't want to go for a PhD, then the physics degree, I'm not really sure what the concern is. And I want to dispel the myth that a physics degree will not be useful if you're not pursuing pure physics. The reason is you learn all the important mathematics that any engineering field needs in the physics degree. And I haven't done those courses, but if you've decided in the mid degree itself that you're not going to do physics, you can take computer science courses like data structures and algorithms and other yeah, courses in CS department, so that you would learn the things that that are more industry relevant. But I'll tell you from physicist point of view what are industry relevant thing. So obviously introduction to programming, C++, very important, mathematics and compute. So these are computational courses. They will teach you how to compute things, like if there is like water flowing down something and there is a stone in the middle and you want to calculate how the water will surround it, these would need something like solving the Navier-Stokes equations um, with computation, and these courses will teach you that. Although the methods of computational physics is oriented not towards engineering applications but physical applications, so you would obviously be able to solve physics engineering side questions with the physics when you're solving physics problems. So this course is not oriented towards people who want to go into industry. The BS plus MS course is created to create excellent physicists, but I'm still making a point of comparison here to show you that you would still have the skills necessary to thrive and do well in industry, as we call it, like engineering, for example. So you study electronics, basic and like proper. So but basic electronics, it says basic, but we were make like one of the questions in the final exam was creating a circuit that solves the differential equation, so it's not really basic. And then in electronics you learn how to use ICs, etc. And then in the physics 2 course you learn about electromagnetics, but you also do an electromagnetic theory, so you understand all about radiation and radio waves and communication and so on, all the math and all the physical intuition that you would need. And you also do a lot of experiments. So if you're going to something like electrical side, then I mean communication side, then you have that, and you also have electronics and electrical knowledge, so that part is covered. And then you have mathematical physics, which is like just math. It's not physics. These are math courses in physics department. And you have Fourier series and transform, Laplace transform. These are methods. Some of them are methods to use solve differential equations and solve other kinds of problems. And Fourier series and transform is very useful in signal processing, again electronics thing. And then you have probability statistics, stochastic processes, and this statistics courses, very important in the market in any field. If you have mastery in probability and statistics, you would be employed. Of course, you would also need to show competence in programming and other relevant fields, but probability and statistics is something you should master regardless of whatever you're studying. Then you have, let us see, we're seeking like industry relevance. So you have mathematics courses, and then you have mathematics courses in physics. All the physics courses will teach you some mathematics that they need, and that's all the mathematics that engineers need and more. And you would be studying mathematics from the foundations and not just whatever is needed for the application or solution in particular. Of course, it's not going to be as pure as a mathematics degree. And if you are looking at a higher education, long-term time investment into STEM and expertise in something in STEM, you don't know what, you're just 17, you don't know what expertise you would have after 6, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, who knows. You should do a basic degree to begin with. Like the bachelor should be basic. Ideally, it should be mathematics and statistics. It's gonna be a very general and maybe a little bit difficult. In physics, we would only use vectors of dimension 3 or 4, but in mathematics, it's all n dimension. But in physics, we also use in quantum mechanics, we use the infinite dimensional vector spaces. They're not as scary as they sound. So you would have the basic strong mathematical foundation needed for industry, and you would have the programming skills, you would have the statistics and probability skills, you would have the electronic skills and the physics needed for every single engineering application. You could look at anything in any machine or a problem that is presented, etc. Hold on, I forgot to pause this timer, so I don't know how long. Okay, I can see it's 12 minutes 30 seconds. Yeah, so that was my point. You are going to learn anything and everything you would need to um, solve industry and engineering problems in a physics course. And the reason I say that you should do a very basic degree as a BS, imagine if you're hiring someone and that person did a diploma in engineering after 11th, after 10th. So they didn't do the 11th and 12th basic sciences. And would you, I mean, nothing against the people who did that diploma, but you would prefer someone who has a basic understanding in like a whole wide variety of areas over someone who started studying mechanics and mechanical engineering from the age of 15, 16. And I have known such people, and they lack very important understanding of physics, like why doesn't the moon fall on earth and stuff like that. And these are the things, forget job, you need to know these things. And that is why it's nice to have these other courses I've shown you. Like cultural studies was a very important course that I did. It introduced me to many important philosophers and psychoanalysts and linguists and so on. Like starts with Feuerbach and Hegel and Marx and Freud and the Frankfurt School and the uh, second wave feminism and the linguists like Chomsky and I'm not sure if Derrida was a linguist, but you'll learn all these interesting people and their theories in that course. And then you have, I did the philosophy course after that because I got so interested in philosophy and became a fan of Plato and Marx. And then there is a sociology course, which again, Marx, Weber, um, who is that suicide guy? Anyway, so these are courses that I really recommend you to do because they really widen your view on society. You should not just be a robot who makes, you know, certain apps or solve certain problems. You need to be a very functioning member of the society who really sees what's going on, comments on it, and changes the society that he or she is living in. And also you do an evolutionary biology course. You need to know how we got here. how things change, because there's so many misconceptions about evolution. Like people say Darwin award, and I really hate that. um, so my advice for what to study in a bachelor's course is going to be focus on your foundations. If you're going to plan for a higher education, maybe masters, maybe PhD, but let's say masters, or even later you could keep studying whatever you want to study. The application part can come later in masters or grad school. Right now you need to focus on strengthening your base and all around base. When you graduate, the world will look different. Who knows what the AI would have done by then? So you need to have a strong base understanding of a variety of subjects that make us, that contribute towards us um, being human. I mean, there's a German too here, but learn Mandarin if you can. um, I speak multiple foreign languages, and I've invested time in that as well. So I guess that's it for this video. Do not subscribe. Oh no, the button is over there. Damn it.